Let's move on to step 5, because now you've looked at your core belief, you've looked at your situation, and you've reframed it. You have a new perspective, a radically new perspective. But how are you going to change that new way of thinking into a new way of behaving, into different actions? And rather than to change the whole thing wholesale, what you really want to do is to change it step by step. You want to design an experiment where you can try out doing things according to your reframed assumption. So take one of the reframed assumptions that we had. I can't say no to requests. And we've reframed that into whatever the request, the answer is always no. So we need to learn how to say no. So choose a specific time and place when you're going to do that. Choose the next time somebody asks you something, you're going to say no, whatever the request. Or you could think of a specific person who always asks you to do a lot of things. The next time they are going to come up to you and say, could you do this for me? You will say no. Now, the most important thing is that you have the experience of saying no. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my life, because I always found it very, very hard to say no. And I've spent quite a lot of time reframing that. So when I first started to say no, my brain would tell my mouth to say no, but it actually came out as a yes. So people would say, great, thanks for doing that. And I would think, why is my mouth sabotaging my brain? But maybe my conviction wasn't strong enough. So then I got a little bit stronger and I actually said no. But apparently I said no in such a way that people still thought I said yes. They said, great, thanks for doing it. I said, but I actually said no. And then they were very surprised. What do you mean you said no? I said no. And I said, but Kareem, you never say no. People are so used to you behaving according to a certain pattern, to a certain script, that they're really surprised when you deviate from that script. So when you've decided to make a new script for yourself, a new way of being in the world, and you say no, don't be surprised if people act strangely. So when you start to say no, do it step by step. Start with people that are easy to say no to, or a situation where you actually feel quite comfortable. And then gradually expand it to different situations or people that are harder to say no to, like your boss. Do it a cumulative experiment where you try this first, and when it works, try it again. Now, there's a wonderful book by William Ury called The Power of a Positive No, because whenever you say no to something, you are in fact saying yes to something else. You're saying yes to something that you choose. You're saying yes to something that you want to do with your time. And perhaps that can help you. If you don't want to be the kind of person that says no, realize that behind every no to a request, there is a yes to something else that you believe is more important.